You know, Quasimodo predicted all this.
Who did what?
All these problems, the Middle East, the end of the world.
Nostradamus. Quasimodo's the hunchback of Notre Dame.
All right.
The Sopranos is a show about morally complicated characters. Mobsters who, while entertaining and likable, are still cold-blooded murderers. The show reminds us that while we may enjoy the guy's antics from afar, at their core, they are still despicable people.
What am I, a toxic person?
However, there is one character who doesn't fit this description. Bobby Bacala. The right-hand man of Junior Soprano, Bobby is the only mobster who doesn't seem to share the toxic tendencies of the guys around him. Not only is he a gentle guy who remains faithful to his wives, for most of the show, he's never even killed anyone. Yet, despite this, he still manages to rise to the rank of underboss of the family. But is a character like this realistic? Is it possible to be a genuinely nice guy in the Mafia? Well, in this video, let's examine Bobby's character and find out.
Bobby Bacalieri, the last man standing.
Robert Bacalieri is introduced in Season 2 as one of the last remaining members of Junior's crew after Tony takes the rest out. His nickname Bacala is a reference to a type of preserved fish in Italy.
Any of you know what bacala is? Of course you don't. Well, it's salted cod. We taught the world how to eat.
After Junior is confined to house arrest, Bobby serves as one of his only companions. Though his role during this time is mostly limited to being Junior's errand boy, Junior comes to rely on him not only as an assistant, but also one of his only true friends.
You know, I remember Daddy saying that someday Bobby would be your linchpin.
My brother said that. Bobby was still a head waiter when Johnny died.
At the end of the series, when Junior is ostracized for shooting Tony and locked in a mental institution, Bobby is one of the few guys who visits him, showing that despite everything, he still cares about Junior.
I don't know. I wish he was my uncle sometimes.
At the beginning of the series, Bobby is known as kind of a doofus. His role as an errand boy, along with his comic obesity and generally peaceful nature, make him come off as simple and buffoonish compared to the more serious mobsters around him.
It's gone.
Have a fucking tray in there!
I was hungry.
Son of a bitch.
Bobby is very different from the other mobsters that we see on the show. For one thing, he's a sensitive guy, not afraid to show his emotions and cry over situations like his father's cancer diagnosis.
He's over the other night. I had to help him off the toilet. He's so weak.
Will you shut the fuck up with the toilets? All this goddamn morbidity?
He's also a devoted family man. Unlike guys like Tony, Bobby actively looks after his children. He bonds with them and cares for them as best he can, and seems to have a much more positive relationship with them than other mobsters do with their children, at least until Janice gets involved.
Sorry, Tom. The car seat, the other stuff, packing in there takes forever. You probably remember that.
No, I don't. I didn't do that crap.
He's also one of the only guys to be loyal to his wife. Bobby is absolutely devoted to his wife Karen, and doesn't have a Gumar on the side.
Sil was on the phone. He was talking with somebody about how Bobby was the only one of them who doesn't have a Gumara. They were laughing at him.
After Karen dies and Bobby marries Janice, he continues this loyalty and is never shown cheating on her. Though you could make the argument that since Janice is Tony's sister, he wouldn't tolerate Bobby disrespecting their family by openly cheating on her. But it more so just seems to be Bobby's personality to be loyal to his wives.
I mean, not that I have any regrets.
No, of course not. She's a good kid. Look, Bobby, marriage, or any partnership for that matter, is a give and a take.
Again, this is in stark contrast to pretty much everyone around him. Even Johnny Sack, who is also notable for not cheating on his wife, is still portrayed as greedy and violent. But Bobby's other defining quality is his gentleness, which again sets him apart from every other mobster.
So, Buddha.
Despite being a made guy, Bobby has never committed a murder. Now, some fans argue that this is unrealistic, as in the real world, the Mafia requires its members to kill someone before they can be initiated. This is done not only to prove themselves as soldiers, but also to give them leverage over the individual and prove that they aren't undercover.
You made your bones with that prick, eh?
Yeah.
However, you could also make the case that the standards of the New Jersey mob are lower than the other families. We see Phil complain that they make guys without going through the proper diligence or ceremony, so maybe this is just further evidence of the lack of standards on that side of the river.
They make anybody and everybody over there. And the way that they do it, it's all fucked up. Guys don't get their finger pricked. There's no sword and gun on the table.
Phil.
No, Al. Either it has meaning or no meaning.
Bobby is the son of Robert Sr., who also worked for Jr. Unlike his son, Robert Sr. is known as one of the most vicious and prolific hitmen in the mob. But it seems like this trait didn't rub off on his son, and that he might have actually discouraged Bobby from following in his footsteps. Perhaps he knew where actions like that would lead, and wanted something more for his son.
Yeah, your old man was the fucking Terminator.
My pop never wanted it for me. He said there were times with all the worry. He wished he could have just stayed in the shop full time, just cut hair.
To be honest, I'd rather he fucking shot me than cut my hair.
Either way, it's weird that a guy like Bobby manages to rise so high in the Mafia. By the end of the series, he's risen to be underboss of the family, which no one could have seen coming given his gentle nature and his humble roots with Junior.
Plus Silvio Dante, and we think Bobby Bacalieri.
That Mortadel's number 3. He used to be Junior Soprano's driver.
And you used to sell laser printers out the back of your Crown Vic.
Now, part of this is of course his relationship with Janice. Tony is known for promoting and protecting the people who were related to him, and Bobby being his brother-in-law certainly helped. Janice actively encouraged this as well, wanting her husband to rise and provide more for their family.
To be his age and not to be a captain.
Oh, now I see what this little visit's all about.
He works so hard for you, and what does he get? Merciless ridicule.
But another reason why he ends up where he does is actually because of his personality. Bobby is a loyal and responsible person. He doesn't have a drug problem, doesn't go crazy gambling or chasing tail. Though Tony makes fun of him for this at first, he eventually realizes that these qualities actually make Bobby a very reliable guy.
You've been a solid performer for some time now. Plus, you're my brother-in-law.
And we should point out that Bobby doesn't stay the gentle giant throughout the series. After getting into a fight on his birthday, Tony punishes Bobby by forcing him to commit a murder, something he knew he didn't want to do.
You'll take care of this, right?
Sure.
No bow and arrows now.
This has a profound effect on Bobby, and after that he stops being such a nice guy. We start to see Bobby become more aggressive, encouraging Tony to hit Phil, and standing up to guys like Paulie, whom he used to cower down to before.
Do you know about this?
What? What kind of question is that?
Watch your fat fucking mouth.
Hey, whoa.
At the end of the series, Bobby has risen to be one of Tony's top guys, replacing less reliable figures like Christopher or Paulie. He's gone from an overweight buffoon to one of the leaders of the DeMeo family. He's lost part of his nice guy persona, but maybe that's what it takes to make it to the top.
You're an okay guy, but each and every man is judged on his own merit.
To the Kino belongs the patrons: Matt Joyce, Uncle Mike, Sam Cedarland, Celery Man, Cheshire, Brandon Taylor, James Johnson, Wolfgang, No Name, and River.